Hey, Craig, I got to tell you, a year ago this very day, I felt fucked. But more, it's unbelievable how much has changed in just a year and how much better I feel today. But I got to say one thing, Craig, the one thing that's exactly the same.
What's that?
Equally drunk. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Friday Night Audit. We got the wonderful, the incredible Mr. Craig Sullivan right over there. Great to see you, buddy. How are you tonight?
What's up? It's all good. How are you, Glenn?
I'm off the rails. I got to tell you, I am out of control today. I don't know what's going on. I just didn't want to face the day. I had a lot of anxiety today. Maybe it's because working with you makes me so anxious, so nervous. I don't know.
Yeah, good thing we're not in the same studio. But I do appreciate you leaving the Houseman jet for me to come from.
Yeah, well, thank you. I'm very happy to have accommodated on you. All right, so why are we here? What are we doing? And don't worry, we're going to be having our cocktails in just a moment. Because tonight, Craig, we're having a tequila taste-off. I'm excited about that. What do you think?
I think it's great. We've got two great brands in front of us, so I'm liking this. You know how I like my Casa Amigos, and then we've got a new brand that our guest is going to tell us about.
I can't wait for that. All right, everybody. Tonight you were going to be cordially invited to apply to attend our thing, and that's one thing that's been bothering me, Craig. I've been going to the mailbox every day looking for checks. I never get any freaking checks in the mail, but what I do get is invitations to apply, or you have been pre-approved to be considered to be discussed about maybe if you apply, then maybe we'll give you this thing. I cannot stand that language.
Or they want you to sell your house through that brokerage firm down the street. One of those.
That is true. By the way, I just got a very important breaking phone call about my extended warranty on my car. If I don't call them back right now, I might be in trouble if my engine breaks down. I'm really All right, Craig, who's our guest tonight?
We've got the one, the only, Alicia Cannon, founder and principal of New York-based AJC Design. Alicia, how are you?
I'm great. How are you guys? Thanks so much for having me.
Hey, I'm excited.
Oh, thank you.
Today. Alicia, how are you feeling? You're in New York City. You feeling like things are getting a little bit more exciting, that maybe you'll be able to go outside again one day?
Yeah, everything's great. The weather's fantastic. People are out eating and drinking already. It's Friday.
Speaking of the weather. Speaking of the weather, guess who's joining the show from outside today in beautiful northern New Jersey, who spent the entire day in Midtown Manhattan in the gorgeous weather Alicia was just talking about. Guess who is not stuck in a Long Island basement with a fake background? This guy. Now, Craig.
I see grumpy Glenn.
No, this really pisses me off because all these freaking online trolls out there keep talking about how I'm in the basement, blah, 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 live with my mom. But I'm on the second floor. Get it right. I may be a loser, but I'm doing it with a view.
There are some windows. And now, Craig, I would also get on you for your, experiencely suave jet background, but you are in California, meaning you have this weather all the time, so I really can't talk anything because just last week I was freezing.
Hey, I break out the parka if it gets below 60. Okay?
Oh, we're at 68 right here in northern New Jersey, in the middle of March. Things are looking great as we celebrate the unfortunate one-year anniversary. Things are looking up and they're looking nice.
Yep, they are.
All right, guys. So, you know what, Alicia, thank you so much for joining us here today. And Alicia, you like tequila. You said, hey, guys, we're going to have to drink some tequila. Nice. We're going to do that in just a second. But finally, after 5 weeks, I'm remembering to do this. All right. Grab your cocktails. If you've got that tequila, drink it. If you've got some beer, drink it. If you've got some wine, you could have that too. But today we're going to be doing a tequila taste-off. Alicia, I love this idea that you don't want to have just one, but two. Tell us what you're thinking.
Well, Casamigos is my go-to tequila at all times, and I love Randy Gerber, obviously. And this Terramana, I've been following closely with The Rock, so I haven't tried it. So I was like, you know what? It's $15 cheaper, and since COVID, I've been buying a whole lot more tequila. So
yeah,
it's a little bit in my pocket. I like it. I'm gonna drink it.
All right. So how much do you know about tequila, Alicia?
Get a lot.
Yeah.
That's what most people know about it, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, my relationship with tequila, I think, is a lot like other people's relationship with tequila. Unfortunately, you start with the super cheap stuff. Next thing you know, you're in the back of a cop car screaming, "I didn't do it." And then you realize, oh, if I just had better quality sipping tequila, I might not have, got myself into trouble. All right. So why don't you lead us through doing a little taste test here, Alicia?
So basically, I did a little research on both tequilas, and they're essentially not made too far from each other. The difference is the Terramana by The Rock is $35 for the 750 ml versus the Casamigos that runs you about $49 for 750 ml. Terramana, you know what it means? Do you want to know?
Please.
Yes, I do want to know. I've been wondering about it all day, and it's really freaking me out.
It means spirit of the earth. So terra in Latin is earth, and mana in Polynesian is spirit. So it is the spirit of the earth. And obviously we know Casamigos means house of friends.
Right. Now that makes sense to me because whenever I'm trying to show off, like I know about rum and stuff like that, I say terroir, Oh,
fancy.
All right.
Which one are we starting with?
Alicia's already on the Johnny on the spot over here, so we got to catch up, guys.
Sorry, I had to try it. I'm dying to try it.
So what are we starting with?
It is definitely citrus notes, and it is smooth.
Is this the Terramana?
This is the Terramana, and it's got quite a bite after it.
Yeah, it does. I'm not a big tequila fan, to be honest, so I will not be having more than these little couple sips. But honestly, for a tequila. For someone who really does not like tequila, this is really good.
Yeah. I got it.
I'm going to clean my palate before I go to the Casamigos.
I'm trying to think which one I like better.
Oh, we're doing both already. Oh man, you guys are way ahead of me.
Yeah, it does. Really,
I'm not a big tequila.
Listen, David, these cocktails are not going to drink themselves. So.
Clearly, I mean, it's just I'm out here enjoying this beautiful weather. I'm not trying to rush anything. I'm on Margaritaville time.
I'll say this: the Casamigos has more of a vanilla aftertaste. Like there's a vanilla note in it.
Yes.
Where the other one is strictly citrusy and more fruity. So it's a little different.
I think the Casamigos goes down a little bit smoother, not by much, but they both have this bouquet that's really interesting, and it's just a nice.
So Glenn, real quick for Melissa and the rest of our viewers, can you just reset what we're drinking?
That's exactly where I was. Melissa, I'm glad that you joined us. We're going to have to get you to join us live here one day. We've got the Terramana, which is apparently invested in by The Rock. Yes. So we've got one celebrity tequila there, and we got Casamigos over there. And that, of course, is Randy Gerber and George Clooney's tequila. No celebrity worth their salt doesn't have a branded alcohol these days.
Why don't we have one, Glenn? Oh, we're not celebrities. That's right.
Well, we're working on it right now. We're at the bottom. I'm in the basement. But
right now, Glenn. So as Glenn was talking about earlier, when you're younger, you start off with cheap tequila that kind of gets you blackout drunk in the back of a cop car. That would be our tequila, that kind of level right now. But we are slowly and steadily working our way up to the Patron levels, and then eventually some of these upper level type of tequila. So Glenn, we are on the right track.
Yes, mine. But I think we got to get rid of the hydrochloric from the mix. So I don't know. All right. So while we're drinking these tequilas, I want to think out there a little bit about where's your favorite places to get cocktails during conferences, for example. What is it about great cocktail bars when you go to conferences that you have a lot of fun at? So, Alicia, you've been on the conference circuit. That's, of course, how we got to know each other. Tell us a little bit about one of your favorite conference go-to cities and places you like to hang out and have cocktails.
Well, I love Las Vegas, obviously. HD Vegas is one of my faves. So I have to say, I'm a little bit of a snob, but I always stay at the Encore, and I try never to leave. I love the Encore. So whether it's the lobby bar or the martini bar, or it's Encore Beach, or it's Surrender, I'm always at the Encore. My second favorite is probably the Four Seasons. I like hanging out there. The service is great.
Really?
Nice.
That is really excellent to hear. Four Seasons. That's a little too fancy for me.
And now we see why Alicia's drinking these top shelf tequilas. She's bougie.
Is it really that top shelf? I don't know, $35.
She's talking about it. Oh, extended Ortiz. Yes, they're a lot of fun, and I am now without one, so I'm freaking out about that. Yeah, so Craig and I, one of the things that we love to do when we're at HD is camp out at the Eye Candy Bar. That's one of our favorite places to go. David, you don't know these things because the only outdoors you get is in your backyard in northern Jersey, where we actually.
That's it. I'm at the beautiful Bar Day Kids, although I'm solo today. But also, real quick, Gabrielle, yes, UNLV, go Red Rebels. All right, done with that. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the conference trail standards that Glenn and Alicia and Craig do. Not because I don't want to go, but because they don't invite me. So this is an open call to Craig and Glenn to bring me on conference trails and pay for all my expenses because I'm just a lowly little producer.
Listen, David, you would be continuing a long, rich history of people that have glommed off of other people's expense account. I'm a pro at it. I know exactly what you're thinking right now, but there is a way. And Craig, I'm thinking maybe next week we need to start a crash course for people on how they can find strategies to get involved in other people's expense accounts.
Oh boy, yeah, that's a good one. Or how you can get into a conference.
Yeah. So, Alicia, I mean, you've got to have that issue. You're hanging out there at the Four Seasons. You're sipping your Casamigos, your Terramanas. You're mixing them together. You're separating them. You mix them together again. What happens then?
I'm drunk, I think. I think I'm rolled home in a cab. That's probably not a cab.
Cheers.
Gary Cardono says, Eye Candy Bar at Mandalay Bay, the best. Absolutely the best. What I love about it, and I think, Craig, this is a great conference strategy. And sure, Alicia, for example, at NEWH events, the same kind of thing happens. There's that central bar, the place that you want to go and just hang out with, and you can stay there from happy hour time till they kick you out at the end of the night because standing there right at the bar without moving, everyone's just going to come through from the conference at one point or another, right?
Guys, already Gary Cardono is inviting me to his expense account. So I'm well on my way. First lesson now, get on Friday Night Audit with Craig and Glenn, and that's your expense account way in.
There you go. Thanks, Gary.
Chris, do I have enough of a personality to stick on the expense account? That's what I need to know now. Is my personality okay? Do I pass? Tell me quick.
I think that says it all, David. Woo!
You about covered it all right there.
Don't have a shot. Alicia, back to you.
Oh, goodness.
So you were saying, Alicia, I think we cut you off accidentally.
Oh, no, I was saying nothing. I was just enjoying.
All right. So again, what I really love about HD Expo in particular is that there's so many great cocktail parties to go to. Usually we just hang out at the Eye Candy Bar, but you could go from party to party. That's one of the tricks of the trade. Alicia, what's the most cocktail parties you think you've attended in a single evening?
Oh, God. If I wasn't burnt out from walking the show all day, at least 8.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, because you feel like you need to. I mean, you're visiting people who you haven't seen that have come across the country to be there, and vendors spend a lot of time and money for these events, so you need to show up and pay your respects. So yeah.
And by show up, pay your respects, she means drink your booze.
She means get on the expense account
and eat the food.
Someone's got to do it.
Mike, I've never had the Adictivo Hecho Añejo tequila before, but as soon as I'm someone else's expense account, I will do that. And one of the fun things, Alicia, about getting to do the show from time to time on the road is that usually the hotel hosts that have you there will be nice and they'll buy you a drink or two. That's always
bonus.
Hey, me and Glenn, you and I had a really great steak dinner at Resorts World Catskills, courtesy of the Resorts World Catskills. So everybody that's in New York City area, go see the Resorts World Catskills.
Right. Yeah, they've got more ad time on the show, Alicia, than any paying advertiser.
What next? Can I bring my tequila? Is it BYOT?
There you go. Hey, Glenn.
Yeah.
How many parties have you made it to at one of our trade conferences one night?
I think it's got to be in that 7-8 range, but it really depends on what time you start and what time they're going to end. And each conference, I think, has its different type of flow. HD particularly, the odds are you're going to be able to more towards that 7-8 than the 3-4 because they start earlier and they end a little bit later. Like, for example, the Alice cocktail parties will start 4:30, 5 o'clock. They want everybody to do stuff, but they'll start doing stuff at 1, 2 o'clock at HD Expo, and they'll end up with like a party at House of Blues that starts at like midnight or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, those were the days. Oh,
those were the days.
Oh, so fun.
I used to have a membership at the Foundation Room, and that was still a private club.
Oh,
And during HD, I'd throw dinner parties up there.
Sure,
and you can, just the best. And I had a cigar locker in there, and everybody'd see we took over the main dining room or the main private dining room, and they're all going, "Wait a minute, I can get in there!" And all of a sudden, my crowd got larger. And so did the bill.
So all of you great conference convention people talking about these wonderful stories. I'm going to go around the room. Start with you, Glenn.
Oh, boy.
Give us the number one best experience you've had at a cocktail party, whether it be the drink served, the venue, whatever it may be. What's the one that stands out in your mind?
Few that stand out that I can't talk about. You know what? It's really hard to say. There have been some cocktail parties that are just really over the top with excess. But speaking of excess, there was a great party at Excess nightclub at Encore, for example. So that's the kind of things that you really have to think about. There's different types of cocktail parties, Dave. There's the let's rent out the club, and it seems like an entire club experience, down to somebody's got the back room over at the Chili's, and we're going to give you a beer out of the tap, right? So you've got the panoply of different things, but the ones that are consistently the best, if not the wildest, I think are the ones at either at the Alice conference and NYU, because they take advantage of rooftop bars and that's money throwing money towards money to get back even more money, and they pull out all of the stops. Alicia, what do you think?
I would say Tiesto at Hakkasan was pretty amazing. A couple of vendors took it there, and we did that, and we just I don't know how I got.
Is that Hakkasan in Vegas?
Yeah, in Vegas, and then I would say the other one. I mean, in Alice, like when Eastil did some amazing parties that were in downtown LA that were like off the charts. Like they brought in people to do tricks. Let's just say that. You know what I mean? Like, people doing trapeze artist things and doing like, unique things that you don't see every single day, like cabaret and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
Those are the memorable.
That's fun, right? When you get to do that fun stuff. Gary Cardone, you just had that up there, Dave. That was pretty cool. Journey concert at the Hard Rock. I had a Hard Rock experience like that too, in one of those private boxes for the Killers. It's a Vegas. It was a band that was in Vegas. I should have looked that up before I started this story, but it was really freaking cool. What a fun party. I guess that I can't remember too well really points to the quality of the event.
I will give you a tremendous story kind of in line with this. My best experience of a story like this is actually also at Hakkasan in Las Vegas. And we were there with my friends. We're back in college. And so obviously we're broke, but we're out there for some fun. My first and only time in Vegas. We're staying at MGM on an Expedia rate. I wasn't working in hotels yet. Anyway, Hakkasan was just doing their soft opening. It was at the first weekend of their soft opening. Their grand opening was, I think, a month later. And we're thinking, okay, great. We're going to check out this new club, see this whole thing. It probably won't be too bad because it's a brand new opening. We go up there and they're saying, we say, hey, how much to get in? They're like, well, there's no entry fee, but you have to buy bottles. There's no drink service. And we were like, okay, well, knowing what the next answer is, how much is a bottle? And they said $700 or something like that, some nonsense like that. So we were like,
all right.
That was my experience in these all these great clubs, was walking away with my tail between my legs.
That's really sad. That's really sad. It's a little bit better of an experience, having them open the rope and go right this way, everybody. We've got your table, and we come to you a bottle. That's much more fun. Let me tell you.
I'll give you another story another day of an experience we did have just like that in Atlantic City. Remember me for another show.
So that's got me thinking, Craig. Expensive booze, dude. Expensive booze. What is the most overpriced booze you've seen lately?
Before we do that, I want to say hi to my producer, Danny, who's watching the show. And also our number one fan, Amy's here as well. Hi, Danny. You know what? The number one expensive booze that I've seen, producer David, please pull up that graphic. There we go. Rip Van Winkle, $30,000.
That's on sale, though.
I'm coming to you from your jet, so I know you're going to have that on board the next time I'm on your jet, right?
Oh my God, that's insane!
But it's on $7,000 sale right now. That's a pretty good deal, no?
Exactly.
Anybody remember Chris Rock and "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker"? Where he comes in and he's like, can't afford all the chicken McNuggets. How much for just one nugget, right? So like, how much for just one sip of Oh my God, that's crazy. I've gotten access to not old Van Winkles, but I guess he was still alive. He was still a Pappy back then. Pappy Van Winkles. I went to an event. I was getting to know the back house of staff, and I was talking to the executive chef. We were hanging out. We started talking about booze, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, he goes, follow me, follow me. We go into a back office. It opens a door to go to a hidden office in the back office. And then they go to a desk, and he's got a drawer, and he undoes the drawer. Then there's a box in the drawer, and he's got another key, and he puts the key in, he opens it up, and there's these several bottles of Pappy Van Winkle's booze in there, which is super rare. For those of you who don't know, it's very hard to get. Very hard to get because it's made in such small batches. And I think I drank more than I probably should have at it. It was a little bit rude, but he kept pouring it, so I kept drinking it.
Did you sip it, Glenn, and enjoy it and savor it, or did you just take it like a shot?
No, I sipped it and savored it. It's just that I sipped it and savored it very quickly.
Okay. Because the reason I asked is because when I used to bartend, there was a story. We had a lawyer at the bar at some big law firm in the city, and he said it was his first year at the firm, and for the Christmas party, all the partners bought the entire firm a shot of Louis XIII, which, if you don't know, Louis XIII is a very expensive shot, especially in Manhattan. So it comes out in the snifter, everyone's good. They toast the company. Of course, this new, young, first-year lawyer, fresh out of college, after they do the toast, shoots the Louis XIII. And he says that literally everybody at this party of probably 100 people within the company are now just staring at him, including the partners.
I wouldn't even do that. I don't even think Glenn would do that.
Well, that's why I asked. That's why I asked.
How embarrassing is it? Jesus.
I'm mortified.
Yeah. What about you?
You
get in on any super expensive booze?
Yeah, I have two stories. McAllen's 25, or it was McAllen's 30. I was in Verona, Italy, and I was at the Milan show, actually, and had worked my way up towards Venice. And I was in Verona at a small little bar, met some old men, and they were like, "You like scotch?" I said, "I love scotch." And before you know it, we were like 75 euros for it was pretty crazy, but it was incredible. And then the other one is, my client is the largest collector of Krug champagne in the U.S. And for 2009, we brought out some bottles. There was only 11 bottles. He owned 10 of the 1929 Krug champagne. So I can't imagine how much that was. I mean, he buys stuff at auction, so it was pretty expensive. I didn't even ask, but yeah, it smelled like, it tasted like dirty socks. So
that's funny. Oh my God. You know, I did 2 dinners, one at the Arizona Biltmore, one up in San Francisco, and I don't know who remembers him, but Art Buser used to be second in command at JLL Hotel. Best parties ever. We took over that wine cellar at the Arizona Biltmore, had a private party, and everybody is up against the glass looking to see who's in there. And then we did one up in San Francisco. We just closed a portfolio of hotels, and we had a multi-course meal that started off with a 1961 Magnum of Dom Perignon.
Oh.
Best dinner we had. They took everything out of the wine cellar that was absolutely their best and paired it to every course that we had.
Wow.
It was amazing. And the only thing I kept telling myself is, thank you, and it's not on my expense account.
Those are my favorite words in the English language. Not on my expense account. Wow.
Yes.
Mike Salazar learned a hard lesson. Pick your own wine if you're paying. Don't let someone else pick the wine. You got that right.
You got that right.
Some people think they know wines, pretend they know wines, just say, I'll spend the most on this bottle of wine. Oh, my God.
Wow, look at that. Amy's brother-in-law opened up an $1,100 bottle of Cabernet at his wedding.
Wow.
Wow.
That's crazy. Good for
That's
you guys.
nice.
I would have done that for the 4 of us. 5, we include Amy. But no, not at a wedding.
I have none of these great experiences to share. My most expensive drink was on a cruise. But it was Louis the 13th. And I finagled them out of a free shot. And the bottle. So who won there? So it's a 7-day cruise. I got on the boat. There's the one bar that has the expensive liquor. And I see a bottle of Louis that's like this much left. And I asked them, about the Louis, how much it is, because I have the drink package. They tell me it's whatever it was. I think it was like $145 a shot, which is a good deal. And they said, if you get the last shot, you get to keep the bottle. So I keep looking, I keep looking. And like the 3rd or 4th day, I see it's like 2-ish shots left. I asked them how many shots are left. They tell me 3. I say, you know what? I'll make a deal. I'll buy 2 of them right now if you give me the 3rd and the bottle included. And she was like, you know what? Give me a second. She calls her bar manager. She comes back. Deal. Done.
Nice.
3 shots of Louis for the price of 2 plus the bottle. And honestly, I'm not a cognac person by any means. Yeah. It was really
great call.
Really
great call.
Was it smooth or smoky?
It was really smooth. And again, I'm not a cognac person. Yeah. It's really smooth. It was actually funny. The bartender was like, how does it smell? Does it smell good? Because I'd never even smelled it before. So I'm like, well, you can smell it. Go ahead. And then I was like, do you want to try it? She's like, I can't. I'm working. And I was like, okay, fair enough. And then she's like, you know what? Come over here real quick. And she took a straw, dipped it in, took a quick sip, and she loved it. It was honestly it was about as good as it gets.
Made her day. Nice.
She made my day. And I have the bottle sitting in my house right now.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Excellent. I used to do PR back in the day. It's about 15 years ago now. And they had Scotch clients, and I've got it. I still have a ton. So many bottles of Scotch around here. It's unbelievable.
So why don't you use that? Why don't you use that for your background?
What? I should put them in front of my green screen?
Yeah, exactly.
It's all the way down here in the basement. They won't stay as good,
Grumpy Glenn.
Yeah, I am not grumpy. I see myself more as crabby than grumpy. All right.
Craig, can we get that for our new Friday Night Audit apparel that people can buy? Grumpy Glenn t-shirts.
Yes, we're gonna have that made. #Grumpy Glenn, and you can find it on what channel, guys? Redbubble.
Red.
Friday Night Audit apparel.
Yeah.
From shower curtains to wall hangings to bedding to all kinds of stuff. So you can take Glenn and David and I home with you, or you can take us out on a hike if you get a backpack.
I like it, and I like going on hikes regularly, so that's perfect for me. Yeah, but why am I trying to sell myself a backpack? You guys should buy that stuff. Oh. Before we take a commercial break, I had a really cool experience this week on No Vacancy Live. Anthony and I, producer Dave, had on Gordon Sondland, the former ambassador to the European Union, on the show, and I just got this cool thing that he sent me in the mail. Look at that
challenge coin.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is a challenge coin.
I'm the one who gets all these things set up. I'm the one who does all the prep calls. I'm the one who does all the scheduling. Nobody ever sends me anything. Everyone always asks for Glenn and Anthony's address. Where's Glenn and Anthony's address? I'm going to send them something special, except for Focus Brands. Focus Brands took care of me.
You got some.
Not true. I sent you.
And Craig Sullivan, California Lodging Investment Conference, definitely took care of me. But everybody else, Glenn and Anthony. You know what? I think I'm going on strike.
Hey, I sent stuff to producer Danny too. So I know who makes me look good, and that's very hard to do. Hi, Suzanne.
He really was, Suzanne. He was an awesome guest.
Oh man. This is too.
That was a great show you guys did.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Mentioning Anthony, is that a shot? Yes.
Oh wait, where's my tequila? My soda. Cheers.
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 Craziest thing. Usually after one of these things, I need like a whole week to recover from the amount that I drink on the show. But after this show tonight, I'm actually hosting a private party, a roast for somebody tonight. Can you believe that? I hope I don't get too
yeah, right. The question is
who are you roasting?
An industry person. It'll be
who? Who?
I'll tell you another time.
And where can we see it?
Yeah, when?
Private. It's private. It's tonight. It's a private event.
And you can't get us past the velvet rope?
Wow. And David, you're right there. You didn't get invited.
It's more like,
Glenn.
Rope, right?
I got an invite.
Alicia's in New York too. Yeah. What, Glenn?
Yeah.
So I don't get the button.
I don't get the button. You're not inviting me.
That's not my event.
I don't get the button. I don't get the booze. I don't get the invite. What am I doing here, guys?
I think you have more.
Yeah, but Glenn, you're the talent. You are the voice of hospitality.
As producer Dave,
hey, in your contract, I get X amount of passes.
Producer Dave says commercial break. We have to take a break from this monstrosity. Maybe Glenn comes back, maybe not. I'll decide when we come out of break.
You guys are acting like we're doing this at the Beverly Hilton. I'm standing here in my Crocs and underwear. What are you talking about?
In your basement. I've been working with Glenn since 2018, and I've yet to be invited to the Houseman Smoke Pool Clubhouse.
It's summer. You will be here. Last summer was fucked. All right. I think we could all admit that. And we're going to be opening up soon. Don't worry. There's a whole team out there taking care of things right now. So we'll get it set. I think I'm going to put up a little tent for you in the backyard.
Ooh,
and didn't somebody send you furniture that was really, really beautiful?
Yes, the people over at Sundrella. And I will tell you, when we do some of these shows, and as the weather gets nicer, Alicia, this is going to be fun, that we're going to do some stuff outside, maybe grill.
Like I am?
Stuff.
Like you are. Exactly.
Like I am, because I produce a show and I'm forward thinking, you mean?
Except if
Grumpy Glenn.
Yeah, that's hysterical. Yeah, I cannot wait. Spring is coming. This is going to be awesome. I'm really super excited. But you know what, guys? I think we need to take a quick break and take a look back at a couple of commercials from the past. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
All right, guys, watch these ads. We'll be right back.
Every 3 days, a brand new Holiday Inn opens up.
Oh, good morning, girls. You look fine. Ready for a big day? Big opening, huh? Oh, that's there. Okay. Don't forget to check the television every morning to make sure it's working. And above all, courtesy, promptness, and a big smile.
And when it does, you can be sure that we're ready to serve you.
Please? Mm-hmm. Fine. Everybody ready now? Left, face. Forward, heart. For who you represent, that uniform stands for something. Dress it up now. Come on. This is the biggest day of our lives. And now for that moment we've all been expecting and waiting for patiently, the unveiling.
More than 1,200 Holiday Inns have opened up all around the world. And everyone does more to make you welcome. Because our sign stands for a warm welcome. Or it doesn't stand at all.
There's just nothing like the great outdoors.
It's a corner of America, a picture from our past. It's quiet towns and rolling hills where time slows down at last. The spirit of Massachusetts is the spirit of America. The spirit of the red, white, and blue. The spirit of Massachusetts is the spirit of America. The spirit that we want to share with you.
For your free Massachusetts vacation kit, call 1-800-624-MASS.
All right, welcome back, everybody. I, of course, am Glenn with Craig, Alicia, and, of course, producer Dave is right here. Please share this show on social media. Let people know how dumb we are, making fools out of ourselves for you.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing because Craig stood up to show that's an Angels jersey, which is great because honestly, from the sit back down, Craig. The way it looks now, it looks like he took a quick trip to the penitentiary.
Hey, hanging around with you guys.
I was so confused at what he was wearing.
I love baseball, Craig, so I'm right there with you. 21 stadiums down, so.
Wow.
There we go.
Wait, so you're in New York, Alicia, right? Yankees or Mets?
Yankees.
Where's my mask?
Hello.
Where's my mask? My mask. I have a Yankee mask. No, I'm a Yankees fan. I have my Yankees mask somewhere.
Oh, no, I was raised a Mets fan. And Alicia, get this. Every Sunday night at 7, I'm on a show called BT Talks Baseball, and he interviews all these baseball players. And I come on for a segment called Baseball Road Trip, where we talk about all of the cool restaurants and sites around all the stadiums around the country. So I should quiz you on that because I'm making most of it up because I have no idea what I'm talking about.
It's one of my
Free
favorite
Craig. Thank you, please.
You really do look like you got involved in some shit in the 70s and are still paying the price.
Yeah, could be.
Man,
I think we need another wardrobe change.
If the convicts are traveling in these private,
it's way too much like the new orange. Okay.
If the convicts are traveling in these private jets, I don't know, Glenn. I think we may need to make a life change.
Yeah, what kind of contraband do you got in this plane, Glenn? And by the way, YouTube, you can find Glenn and I and producer Dave all on YouTube. Subscribe, ring the bell, smash that bell, 2021 style, and be part of the show.
Craig, Gary Cardona wants to know, are there numbers on your back, Craig?
On this one, which is my LAFC football jersey that I got for doing a stadium tour and having that on Checkout California. On the Angels one, no, there is not. And I've got a couple of mystery jerseys that are hanging back there, so we may have another wardrobe change. But it won't look like a prison.
Are they
uniform.
various colors of prison green and blue?
One's blue. Kind of dark blue for the team that's up in LA.
Oh, front-running fan. Got it.
Now, trust me when I say you guys do not want me in a Lakers jersey, okay? No tank tops for me. I'm too old for that nonsense, okay? You do not want to see me in a tank top.
Thanks for saying something that can't be unseen. Now I'm
That's right.
I'm disgusted. All right, so Craig is flying sky high, 37,000 feet above the earth. But what about this bullshit about hotels in space? That's right. We're being here in hotels in space, but we got to make this segment official. That's right. Last week it was announced that yet another company, this one called Orion Span, aims to lift off a space station and start doing guests. No, wait, that's another one. Oh, they keep coming and going and coming and going. Alicia, what is with this BS? Every 5-6 years, we got to go deal with another person trying to cash in on the pretendness that they're going to actually do a space station.
I mean, I'd like to solidify the hotels that we have here on Earth, like get them grounded to start before we
Right.
go to space.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a very limited audience that wants to spend $5.5 million on going to space for 3.5 days. And to be honest, like, how do you sleep in space? Like, have you seen an astronaut sleep in space? Like, he's in a sleeping bag with.
It's like the mummy from the 1920s.
Right.
So how?
Or a vampire.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, and also you can't drink beer in space, and you can't really get drunk in space. Like, what do you do for 3.5 days?
So, have you guys seen? Yeah. So, when this whole thing first came out, did you see one of the articles I read took you to the application process to be an employee?
Oh.
So, if you want to be an employee, if I read this correctly, you need to register with them and pay either a yearly $50 fee or a lifetime $500 fee to be part of their people.
Oh boy.
To then have a chance to buy a lottery ticket. Mention I said buy there, to buy a lottery ticket, to be selected, to then go up to space to work.
It sounds like the same guy who invented the PSLs for football stadium seats.
Yes, I have a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you if you want to buy tickets to space. I got you guys. Come on.
Right. Well, breaking news, offering tickets to space here now on Friday Night. I just said it's a big fat check, and we'll let you know when we're ready.
So real quick, I'm going to throw a fresh segment out there as we evolve this show.
Oh boy.
Viewers, get involved too. What is going to be your complaint about the hotel in space? What would you as a guest complain about? I think I would not want to be walked to another hotel.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to go hang out there on that asteroid. Good luck with that.
I do not want a meal in a bag. Okay, I'm sorry. I thank NASA for my Tempur-Pedic mattress and various other, technological upgrades. Your cell phone has more computing power than the Apollo spacecraft did. But I don't want to be able to bag, okay? I don't like TV dinners, frozen dinners, flash frozen food. No, I'm not going. And no alcohol? Absolutely not.
This is hysterical, though. I just got to put that one back up. The atmosphere is lame. Hold on. We got to make this official.
That's it.
Hey, has Amy said anything? I think she's probably
no one else is complaining about this hotel in space.
Come on, the bathroom situation is not going to work out. That does not seem like an idea. It'll be like me at sleepaway camp. I pooped once all summer, I think.
Did you know they had 44 emergency vehicles? So, like, if something happens, there's only 44 emergency vehicles that will bring you from space down to Earth. That's it.
That's
gotta be. I mean, how big are these? I mean, they're called like lifeboats, basically, and they're like, I think they're autonomous landing and they're automated. So there's not even a person that's doing this. Like, I don't know if that I would trust someone. Even at $5.5 million, my life.
Amy's spaced out and drinking my wine.
I mean, let's be honest, and all jokes aside, this will happen eventually. It's just not going to be in our lifetime.
Maybe in yours, maybe in Alicia's, but not in Glenn's, not in mine.
I doubt.
Glenn, you're old.
So get this. I don't know if you remember my my good old friend who used to be a Hilton head of PR for Hilton, Jeannie Datz. This is going back 20 years. She was quoted in an article saying that Hilton is taking a hard look at how to be the first in space. It's certainly not going to happen tomorrow. We're talking 15 to 20 years down the road. And that was already more than 20 years ago. Also, Robert Polo, who was then owner of the Las Vegas-based Budget Suites in America, committed $500 million to build a cruise ship that would fly from Earth orbit to the moon and back. That never happened. He tried again in 2016 with that. That never happened. In 2018, that Orion span announced Aurora Station was going to launch in late 2021. How's that going for him? I don't think we've heard anything about that. And get this, earlier this year, Philippe Starck designed guest rooms within a new hotel from Axiom. But that's probably never going to happen too. They say that one's going to be 2024. But actually, the first time this ever happened, guys, was Baron Hilton said in 1967 that he was going to start looking into it. So this has been going on.
2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
I love Mike's comment here. What happens when I forget something? But then again, I would want to stay in space. So yeah, it's true. If you forget something, you forget your cell phone, your tablet, your iPhone charger, what are you going to do? What if you forget something important, like your kid's stuffed animal? I don't think ileftmystuff.com is going to be able to help you in that scenario.
You don't think there's a commercial in there for Hilton or somebody else, and we're going to package this up, set it back down in the next shuttle, and take pictures around the space station of the animal, the stuffed animal having fun? I think there's a commercial.
You know what you guys are doing? You guys are purporting on a potential advertiser here, guys. This could be our first official advertiser on Friday Night Audit.
I mean, if you're looking for someone who would throw things, this is the perfect show for you to do that. So for anybody out there who would like to advertise and waste your money, give me a call. Glenn at novacancynews.com is my email.
For all of
Glenn.
Yes, Craig.
They can advertise and sponsor the show, be a production partner, or they can be a production partner for a segment.
That's right. Yes,
and
Dave.
for all of those people who can't drink in space,
Repeat that,
Yes.
Glenn.
for all those who can't drink in space while you're visiting the International Space Station Hotel, we'll have drinks for you down here on Earth. Cheers.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Feeling here.
Ugh.
That's true. That's true, Amy. So every time I go on vacation with my family, inevitably we end up at a CVS or a Walmart or a Target. Well, what happens if you forget your razor or your deodorant in space? Now imagine the sundry shop and the cost those things would be on this space hotel.
For $5.5 million, everything should be included.
That's revenue.
That deodorant is going to be about $500,000 for the little degree stick.
I was going to say, think about the resort fee. That'll be 2.3.
Yes, Glenn. But Glenn, if you complain enough, if you find enough complaints, you can get the resort fee waived. We all know that.
No, but they will.
No, not always.
We'll give you free local calls, though. So you
Amy subscribes to Craig's train of thought. No drinking in space, no liftoff.
Right? I think the
best.
closest I'm going to get to this is going to be that Star Wars hotel that they're building at in Disney.
Well, Glenn,
if Star Wars hotel.
If you really think about it, Glenn, we've done a great job on No Vacancy Live, showing so many amazing hotel openings. We're going to be covering Margaritaville Times Square, a couple of the resorts worlds. There's no way in hell that we are not covering the Space Hotel.
That's right.
Grand opening.
We're
going to be there with media credentials,
2 shows,
a couple of food credits. We'll have to do 2 shows, Craig. We can't, the same way that we couldn't go down to DC and only do 1 show for that entire drive. Well, we can't go to space for 1 show.
No, you're doing 1 show with me.
You only get 3.5 days up in space, so you got to pack it in. That's it.
But what are you going to do?
What are you really going to do? Yeah,
what are you going to do besides float around and going, oh, look, no gravity. There's the Earth. Yay.
Walk around the loop, I guess. Well, for those of us, if you guys have seen WALL-E, right? I mean, I know, Glenn, I know your kids are older. Have you guys ever seen WALL-E?
No, we saw WALL-E in the movie theater with my kids.
Okay, so basically it's like WALL-E at some point. We're getting to that point.
Well, I'm at that point. I try not to stand at all, and I have this great chair that just carries me around wherever I go. So I'm at that point.
Or it's Gary Collins from 2001: A Space Odyssey, okay? As he's chugging around that loop. Now, these space hotels nonsense has been, at the forefront since Stanley Kubrick's film. So, there we go. Everybody come outside after months of quarantine. I love it.
Oh my God, that's exactly how I feel. I'll tell you that there, Craig.
Absolutely.
Craig, I know you wanted to talk a little bit about something you call mailbox money. I have no idea what this is about, but you said just go for it.
Mailbox money. And producer David's going to bring up a graphic. There we go. All right.
Wow. Great.
Now, Glenn.
So I love it.
Alicia, you've heard of jingle keys where hotel owners have mailed back the keys to assets to their lenders. Okay. Mailbox money is that derivative that comes back to you being an investor. And I got my first check. So, David, you can take that graphic off.
Nice.
Bring us all back on. So, financial times are changing. And the biggest part of this, Glenn, is our fund to buy a bungalow at Margaritaville is now started.
Oh my God.
At $150,000. We got $270 that came in from one of my investments. So.
Wow, $270. Craig, if you're such a shark out there with these investments, I hope it doesn't really get to your head. I hope that you consider continuing to work with us.
Right. So,
Absolutely,
Craig, you're going to be our first paid sponsor then, right?
You get for 200.
As long as you guys are the first paid sponsor for Click, absolutely.
That's coming out of Glenn's bank account, so that's fine with me.
Hello. My headphones went.
Hello.
Happy anniversary, everybody.
Happy anniversary.
Hopefully it'll be over soon.
Yeah, worst anniversary ever.
Alicia, that was a great call on this tequila. I like this.
Great. I'm glad you like it.
There we go.
Oh my God. Read the short story, The Machine Stops by E.M. Foster. All right. I'll have to go check that out. Thank you for the recommendation. And I like what Red is saying. Wear a shirt with paid advertisements from other companies. Who's going to stop you? Nobody, Red. Nobody
stops us.
David, you're muted yourself. Best.
Nobody puts Glenn in the corner either.
So that's probably the best producing I've done all show.
What's that?
Muting myself was probably the best producing I've done all show.
I like it when you talk, David. I want to hear more of you. You need to put your energy out into the universe.
Thank you, Alicia. See, at least somebody appreciates me around here.
Yeah.
Well,
unlike Grumpy Glenn over there. And
I appreciate you.
Down here, yes. This way, yes. This way, whatever way Glenn is, no.
Just switch sides so that way you get it right.
But no, I was going to say, honestly, we're talking about, stuff happening. We were talking before a show, this time last year, I remember sitting in my office and just the feeds kept coming through. NBA cancels season, NHL cancels season, MLB's pushing back season. And it was just every second. It was this all the same day. Every second was like this new news of just gray clouds and travesty. Yeah. And today, with this beautiful day here in Northern Jersey and things are opening back up, and I'm listening to a couple interviews on the radio, and it just today feels, and Glenn, you mentioned this on No Vacancy this week, it feels like the tide is turning, at least the energy is turning, in my opinion. And I think that we are moving up towards a recovery from a mental and emotional standpoint. And I hope I'm right, but we will see.
Yeah, I hope you're right too, David, but we'll find out, and we'll get you. We'll make sure that we get you out here this summer for that.
Yes. Breaking news. Chris Pradieri, speaking of advertising, his copy of the Adapters is coming tomorrow.
Thank you so much for ordering the book, Chris. I really, 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 really appreciate it. So get this. It's gone from, in the travel, tourism, and hospitality section on Amazon, from something like 97,000. Last I checked, it was like 113 or something like that. So moving up the charts. Buy the book. I saw it recommended by Amazon today, so please go ahead. And I'm sorry, I'm the head of Plugapalooza, but I just get too excited.
That's okay. But also,
where's my autographed copy?
I don't have any copies here to send people yet. I don't know.
That's not true. I've seen. You can give Craig your copy.
The one that I ordered off of Amazon. I could.
But real quick, Amy
off of Amazon. Yes.
Can we all get behind this push, please? Because I'm all in.
Yeah.
Really?
Absolutely. All in.
Funny story, true story. Yes, Alicia, you're my VP for sure. True story. My wife, in all of her infinite wisdom, has said many times that if I was ever to run for president, she would be the first one campaigning against me because she does not believe I can do the job.
Wow.
You have too much negativity. We need more positivity in your life, David.
I know. I'm hanging out with Glenn too much.
Yeah, no, right. Oops.
You're in the basement, a basement dweller.
You need to come hang with Danny and
yes. I will be making a trip. Actually, I have a fun trip, which I'll talk more about next week. But I'm going to be taking a 8-hour trip to Chicago next Saturday.
Oh, we got to talk about. So I saw you put out an email out there to somebody we know about a recommendation for where to go get deep dish pizza, which is total BS. Not pizza at all. It's fun.
It's not pizza, it's a key.
I've never been before, so I got to try it at least.
Did they suggest Illuminati's? Did they suggest?
So they suggested Illuminati's. They suggested a lot. I'll pull up the list right now. Give me one quick sec.
Are they all open?
Yeah, but David, just keep coming west. I've got a beach house. It's 75, beautiful, the ocean.
My wife refuses to let me go to California without her. My wife refuses to go to California without her. She'll have to be with me. But I have the recommendations. I have.
See you later, Chris. Have a great time at the show. That's awesome. You're off to see something. That's so cool.
And it's funny because Glenn stayed here and he knows his family's always invited here.
Yes,
but they've never shown up. No.
It's a work trip. It's a business trip. I get it, Glenn. We can't bring people to a business trip.
Bring to church and state. You keep
them set. Here's what I got for Chicago deep dish recommendations.
You're welcome to come out here.
Before you do your list, Suzanne, I totally agree with you. It's just different. I'm totally cool with deep dish pizza. I love it for what it is, but it's just not pizza. I'm sorry.
It's not pizza.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to reporting back after, not this Saturday, not tomorrow, next Saturday. I will be spending 8 hours in Chicago. So the recommendations I got were Lou Milani's, Giordano's, Gino's East, Pequod's, and Salerno's.
Right. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of them. I recommend you go to one and the other. But remember, this burned me hardcore the first time. It takes like 45 minutes for that damn thing to cook. So
really?
If you only have 8 hours, you can, for no joke, you can usually call ahead and order it in advance. So then when you get to the restaurant, it'll be closer to being done.
So basically, as I'm on the plane, getting to the aisle or prison, right, I'm just going to call real quick. Hey guys, I'm actually deep planing right now. So I'll be there in 45 minutes. I need a couple of deep dishes ready.
That's right.
Got it.
Yeah,
right.
I would totally do that.
Right. Have you ever done that, Alicia?
Yeah. Totally.
Right.
So fun story about calling from the plane. When I used to work at the airport properties, the secret of the airport industry is that you need to have those shuttles on time to pick up the pilots or you get yelled at. And they would usually call us from the plane before they would actually get off. They're stopped, they're not driving, no driving and no flying and calling. But
we're gonna be landing in about 10 minutes.
They would call us, as they're waiting for everybody to get off the plane, they would call us, and then they wouldn't be outside. The shuttle would leave, come back around 20 minutes later, and we'd end up getting yelled at. We see your secrets, pilots.
Oh my God, those bastards! Alicia, before we head into the Plug-a-Palooza, you have any good stories, pizza related or anything otherwise?
I just think New York pizza is the best. I mean, I've had tons of deep dish in Chicago and outside of Chicago, and New York pizza's, I don't know, something about the water and the dough. It's just way better.
I know. I went upstate New York to a pizza place for the people, and it said best pizza in upstate New York. It was horrific. That was the best pizza. It was horrific. It was embarrassing, and I'm sorry for all of you folks out there that think you have pizza. You don't. I'm sorry. All right. So, all right, Craig?
You're absolutely right. Okay? You and I have conversations about that company that has crooks and nannies and this kind of muffin type thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay? And we don't have good bagels out here. We do not have good Kaiser rolls at all. And I challenge any California bakery to send Glenn, David, and I bagels and Kaiser rolls to compare to New York. We don't have good pizza either. I'm sorry.
Greg,
New York.
Craig, have you ever been? I don't know exactly where in California you live. I know it's in the LA area. Have you ever been to
Orange County?
Have you ever been to Martha's in Hermosa Beach? I think it's called Martha's.
No.
So when we were flying to LA, my wife and I, We met this very nice couple that was on the plane, elderly couple that was flying home, and they told us that we had to go to Martha's in Hermosa Beach for breakfast because it was the best. And let me tell you, Craig, you need to go to Martha's in Hermosa Beach because the food was amazing. It's right on the beach with this beautiful, beautiful view of the Pacific. So you go there, report back, and then me and Glenn will come out there for a convention.
I will, but you know what? We need to get George Lujan as a sponsor for the show because he's got the best Italian restaurant in Orange County. So, George, you're a good friend and your fraternity brother of Drew Hardy's over at 24/7 Hotels. They just got a free plug. So, George, you got to make up for this and be a sponsor.
I take
of the
payment
show.
in food. So feel free to send me a nice chicken parm. I'm okay.
Glenn and I take payment in cash.
Actually, my first ever freelance job was in exchange for food at a place called the Long Island Brewing Company back in the 1990s.
I know that place.
I think it closed and then it came back under different owners. But it was awesome because it's back when we were all poor and stuff like that. So he's just like, bring all your friends. And he hooked me and my buddies up for a whole night with plenty of food and plenty of drink. It was really, really awesome. Alicia?
Pizza or bagels? Because
anything. You look like you're going to say something. And
Craig, they just released an article that Los Angeles, I used to live in Los Angeles, so this is one of the reasons why I read it. So the best bagel, believe it or not, the best bagel. And I was like, where in Los Angeles?
Lies. Fake news. The media lying.
I mean, to be honest, you read an article, right? You said you clicked on an article.
Yeah.
Who's going to click on an article that says New York best bagel? But if you say LA best bagel, I'm going to click on that. So there's your clicks. There's your ad revenue. They scammed you. I'm sorry. You got scammed.
Mr. David's right.
Gary says original Ray's Pizza. I don't know. The people over at Famous Ray's do not agree with you, Gary.
Yeah.
There's so many different Ray's type pizza places in New York City. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But seriously, think about it. If someone's
Glenn's Famous Pizza.
Oh, Glenn's Famous Pizza. I like that.
I make good pizza over here at the Pool Club Resort and Smokehouse. Craig, you do have to get out here this summer.
Yeah, I do. There's no doubt about it. I've got family not far from you, so yeah, I've got definitely.
We'll do pizzas for lunch, maybe some other goodies, some barbecue for dinner.
I'm gonna be eating pizza.
Barbecue for dinner. The Smokehouse at the Houseman.
Why don't you put some barbecue chicken on a pizza?
I don't want to see a pizza with an egg on it, okay? Or pineapple.
You're talking about pineapple pizza.
You're pineapple on a pizza.
You're the one out there in California. That's not our thing out here.
Yeah, but Mexican in Craig's territory is way better than any Mexican out here.
Yeah.
Totally.
Thank you, Alicia. You're right. Our Mexican food is way better.
Seriously.
Well, of course.
We got nothing. I hunt high and low, and it's like Taco Bell or no go.
But it's also the demographics, right? I mean, there's a very strong and proud Mexican culture in the LA area. It's not as much in this area, but if you're up here, you have a very strong and healthy Dominican culture, Puerto Rican culture. So you can get a lot of really good Spanish food. It's not Mexican cuisine, but it's still really good. Jamaica has great food, Jamaican food around here.
Taco Bell is not Mexican food. Okay.
Well, pizza is not pizza, but people still go there.
Yeah.
We were talking about, because I have that event I have to host tonight for dinner tonight, whether we get pizza or we get Domino's.
Barbecue pizza, David. Yeah.
Oh no, Suzanne!
Well,
strike two, Suzanne. First, you don't like Teen Titans. Second, you like pineapple pizza, Suzanne. I don't know, Suzanne. I don't think we can be friends anymore.
I don't know.
Oh yes,
I know. I love Suzanne. She is such a sweetheart. She's been great to talk to. She works at BC. Just kidding. BU, Boston University. But she's honestly such a tremendous supporter of all of our shows. So Suzanne, thank you. But take the pineapple off the pizza, please.
And Alicia, we're not going to give you a Friday Night Audit shower curtain this week, but you do have a ticket to come out and join Glenn and David for California Lodging Investment Conference on October 5th out here.
I'll do it.
We'll talk after the show.
Downtown Anaheim, and we're gonna do a special
The crown jewel.
And we're going to do a special Friday Night Audit Thursday edition from there. So that'll be fun.
Craig, if the Angels make the World Series, we getting World Series tickets? Is that part of the gift package for the California Lodging Conference?
Part of the package.
Got it.
Marriott's already guaranteed that. Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's go to our final section. Some might say the best section ever created on any entertainment program ever. Of course, we're talking about that's right. Instead of having an entire self-serving show to make us feel good about ourselves, now we get to talk about stuff that we're up to feel good about ourselves. Alicia, plug yourself. We never even got to talk about your design company or any of that kind of stuff. I feel like we gypped you.
That's okay. Just follow us on Instagram, AJC_design. And remember, creativity is everything.
Excellent. What kind of hotels are you working on? Just so people could have an idea of what you do.
Sure. Yeah. So we are working on mostly boutique hotels right now. We're working in a hotel in Highland Falls, right outside of West Point's campus, called the Thayer Resort and Spa. So make sure to check it out. We'll be opening in 2023. We're also working on a new lobby project here in Manhattan, something we worked on before. But we have some multifamily going, and don't forget the Harlem Renaissance up in Harlem on 125th Street, along with the Apollo and some multifamily. Wow. And you'll see it come to light probably at the end of this year. So stay tuned.
All right, now you make me feel really bad for not talking more about your design stuff. I really want you to talk about how you would design a space hotel and stuff, but all this went sideways. Dave, tell us about your shameless plug.
Well, as always, I'm on No Vacancy Live Monday through Thursday in the background, not getting promotional gifts from anybody. And then, of course, except for Craig. Craig's got me. Listen, Craig Sullivan has got me. I have so much California lodging stuff from this week. I love it. Everybody else, though, except for Focus Brands, stand up setting to Glenn Anthony. I get nothing. But regardless, be my guest as well. Another great episode coming out this Tuesday at 10. Great show to talk about your hospitality experience. So if you want to be on the show, if you want to be my guest, reach out to Glenn. Glenn will connect us. I'd love to have you on.
And again, that's Glenn at novacancynews.com. Glenn at novacancynews.com. 2 N's in Glenn. Craig.
I want to be your guest, and hopefully David will ask me. But you know what? We're plugging the No Vacancy Live. We're plugging Friday Night Audit, all on Redbubble. We'll plug the California Lodging Investment Conference, and we'll see you soon.
All right, everybody. And of course, I'm Glenn. Watch this show every single week right here. Check out my No Vacancy News Today content. Hire me to speak at your events. If you don't, what are you thinking over there? All right, and be sure to buy the chapters. Available right now at Amazon.com. Help me live my lifelong dream of getting out of this basement that's over here. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Hope you enjoyed this week's audit.